And Fibber McGee and Molly.
I still wonder if ranching isn't going to be rather hard work for you, dearie. That cowboy stuff is pretty strenuous, you know.
Oh, not for me. I know my way around a corral like the back of my hand. Remember, I worked on Uncle Sycamore's ranch out in Montana for years.
Your Uncle Sycamore?
Sure, you remember me telling about Uncle Sycamore. One of the great cattlemen of the Old West.
Oh, dear.
Rancher, gunman, horse thief, rustler, and marshal. A low character in high heels.
Yeah, a half-pint brain in a 10-gallon hat. Whatever happened, Uncle Sycamore?
Well, it was quite a tragedy. He was head man at a public function, and the platform gave way under him. Unfortunately, he had a rope around his neck at the time, and it killed him.
Very romantic. I never knew he had a ranch of his own, though.
Oh, sure he did. He called it the Running W-Bar-J Splitwife Rockin' Chair Diamond Star 2 Hash Knife X.
How did he ever get all that brand on one cow?
Well, the idea was that any critter he found running loose on the range, he could make the brand fit his one way or the other. Yeah, started with one steer and worked it up to the biggest herd in Montana.
I begin to see why that platform gave way. The old coyote was sure full of larceny, weren't he, partner?
Yeah, sure was, Jeff. I'm proud of it. Had 3 sons and named them all Russell.
Old Sycamore had him quite a ranch. Run from the top of Montana down to the Mexican border.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Clear across Wyoming, Colorado, and New Mexico?
My gosh, are all those states in between?
Why, sure.
I thought it seemed an awful long ride back to the bunkhouse.
The bunkhouse is right. McGee, you know you have a terrible habit of exaggerating things.
Yes, I suppose I have. There's so little water out there, you develop a kind of a dry sense of humor.
Ought to be a joke there about a cowboy getting off his horse just to see the rings drop, but I can't make nothing of it, partner.
Don't try, Gal.
Ever tell you about a couple of freshwater springs Uncle Sycamore had on his summer pasture that were so cold the water come up in the form of icicles?
No.
Stick 'em 20 or 30 feet in the air?
Really?
Yeah. Cows would take a run at 'em, break 'em off, and kick 'em around in the sun till they melt.
McGee, now look, you must learn not to stretch the truth so far.
Well, my gosh, you don't want me to be dull, do you? Gee whiz, a guy's got to get a little color into his conversation.
Yeah, but you overdo it, dear.
Well, I can't help it, Molly.
Oh, yes, you can.
Honest, I can't.
Well, then I'll help you. Every time you start going haywire with the facts, I'll pinch you or kick you in the shin.
Oh, go on, you can't kick that high.
I said shin.
Oh.
So now you watch yourself after this. I don't mind a little amusing story now and then, but when you really start exaggerating like...
Oh, hi, Alice.
Hi, Mrs. McGee. Hi, Mrs. McGee. Have you decided what you're going to do this summer?
Yes, we're going out on a ranch out west, Alice.
It's a kind of a combination ranch and farm, Alice. I'm an expert both ways.
Oh, really, are you?
Oh, sure, I'm an expert. Why, when I was only 13, I was raising prize-winning watermelons. Used to raise melons that were 10 and 12 feet long. Ouch. And 2 inches thick. Used to slice them like cucumbers.
Did you kick him, Mrs. McGee?
Yes, I did, Alice. We have an agreement now. Every time he starts to exaggerate too much, I'm to snap him out of it. So don't pay any attention to
Now,
him.
don't you worry about it, Alice. Now, I'm the guy with the broken leg.
But criminy, what do you know about ranching, Mr. McGee?
Worked for several years on my Uncle Sycamore's ranch in Montana, Alice. He paid me $50 a month and found.
What does "and found" mean?
Well, that means he paid McGee $50 a month and found he wasn't worth it. Say, by the way, Alice, there was a phone call for you. I think it was Paul Weston.
Oh, him.
He wants you to call him.
Oh, well, thanks, honey, but I don't think I will. He just wants a date, and I don't think a girl should date a man just to curry favor with him just because he's her foreman at the airplane plant. Should I?
That's a very sensible attitude, Alice.
Besides, I have a date tonight with the president of the company's son anyway. Well, I'll see you before you go.
Yeah, okay, Alice.
That reminds me, McGee. I better go find the trunk keys.
Huh?
You better start sorting out the clothes you want to take so we'll be ready.
Okay. Ah, there goes a good kid. And she's going to love the Old West. Sitting on the porch of the old ranch house, watching the glory of the dying sun over the snow-capped mountains, waiting for me to come home from the roundup on account of she can't get her boots off by herself. Esther, she's... Come in.
Hi, mister.
Oh, hi there, little girl. Turn your horse over to one of the hands and lie it down for a spell.
Well,
I'm just getting in the mood for this summer, Teeny. Mrs. McGee and I are going out and work on a cattle ranch.
Hey, mister.
Huh? What's the matter?
Why isn't Miss McGee ever here when I come in? Why isn't he?
Well, I don't know, sis. Just a coincidence, I guess.
Oh? Doesn't she like little children? Doesn't she?
Why, sure she does, sis. She loves kids. I'll tell her you were asking about her.
Okay. Hey, you know what, mister?
No, what, Teeny?
School's out.
It is?
Hmm?
I says it is?
It is what?
School's out.
Gee, is it? Did you pass?
Sure I did. I got A and everything. I'm not talking about my school. I mean yours.
Oh?
How'd you do this year?
Well, swell, I bet you.
Mm-hmm.
I got A's and B's and everything but department. I flanked in department.
You don't mean flank, Teeny. You mean flunk.
Why?
Huh?
Hmm?
I says you don't mean flank, you mean flunk. When you flank something, it means you go around the end of it.
I know it. I always went around the end of the third row and shot Willie Troops with an eraser. That's why I flanked department.
I don't think that was very nice. What was the idea of flunking Willie?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I was just burned up, mister. Just burned up.
Yeah?
He carried Sarah Marshall's books home twice last week, and he's my boyfriend.
Now, wait a minute. It's silly to be jealous at your age.
It is?
Sure.
How old do you have to be?
Oh, 16 or so.
Well, if you think I'm going to let that little two-timer get away with that stuff for 9 years before I smack him down.
Lay off. Don't take things so serious. Was deportment the only thing you flunked in?
Sure. I wasn't very good in arithmetic, though, either. My teacher says if my daddy doesn't stop doing my homework, I'll never reach the 8th grade, I bet you.
Yes, I can understand that. I says that's quite apparent.
I'll say yes. The best one a girl ever had. Well, I'll see you in October, mister.
Billy Mills, when you orchestra play, I get a kick out of you.